Hey, Joel, how are you? Good morning. Saul should be coming in shortly. If you're new to our service, coming in as a guest, welcome. Put up an S&P 500 E-mini chart. Hey, Fatma, welcome. Ray D, welcome. Good morning, EN, Joel, KG, Mark, Peter, Robert. This is Price Action Trading with Saul. Should be able to see a series of 3 charts in a separate chart window. 2 time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini and a 30-year bond chart. Try to lay out your charts in a similar fashion for today's trade. Saul's going to be coming in. When he comes in, he's going to give out this morning's proprietary scalping levels. These are the areas that Saul believes are going to be important for today's trade, areas where he believes he can make trades based on his price action entries, exits, and stops. It's pretty straightforward stuff here. This service provides a number of things. On a daily basis, it provides individuals an opportunity to receive Sal's proprietary scalping levels, the levels that he's using today in his own trading. You can plot those levels, you can pay attention to those areas, and then Sal has commentary in and around those levels. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. You're trading between you and your broker at your own risk. If you're coming in from the outside, join us on the inside. Look for the link. What else do I have for you today? So the 3 levels of service are guest, welcome guests, the monthly service, which is accessing Saul on a day in and day out basis for the month. It's 25 bucks a week now based on the discount. I can send that out to everybody so you have it. It's usually 379. It's on for 100. I send it out to everybody so that you can see it in your chat. If you don't have it, let me know. Hello, Don. How are you, sir? Hey, Kurt. Hey, Triple X. What's going on, Triple X? Hey, Triple X, what happened? How did you get in with X's? Did you do that on purpose? That Triple X, that makes me nervous. I don't know whether to keep you or toss you out. You got to let me know. Hey, Glenn. I'm very, well, it's very nice to see that as Sal's giving his classes, that the attendance has been pretty good. Hey, listen, as long as you're not going to spam and all, you know what I mean? When you look at triple X, you don't really have much of a name. So I'm not, I don't want to, I just don't want to have, and why do you do that? I mean, is there like an incognito reason? Or I guess you could be like Vin Diesel, right? You could be triple X. That's my only modern reference. The old references to triple X were like blue films. Oh, so it's incognito. Do you trade? Oh, that's great. Well, here, I'll send you the information to sign up for Sal's Monthly. So you have it. I mean, I don't care what you sign up for as far as a name. As long as your cash is good, you know what I mean? As long as your green is good. Vin Diesel used to float around a lot of cash, Hey, Jenny, welcome. Or I should say, welcome back, right? Here, I'll send you out to the opportunity to sign up for Sal's monthly at a discount. Try to take care of it now. Fatma said, Fatma, you got it already, right? Hey, Yoren, welcome. So this is a service we're here on a daily basis. It gives you, in our humble opinion, much better levels in the S&P 500 E-mini than you get from your standardized software or calculation. That in itself is worth its weight in gold. Sal's commentary, as the trade happens in and around those levels is another huge piece of the puzzle here. And then for those that become part of the family, now think about it, it's 25 bucks a week versus right now, right? It's usually 379. You have the opportunity to have a consultation and see if you want to advance into Sal's personalized one-on-one intensive in his mentoring. But the levels themselves speak for themselves. So he's going to give them out right around the cash open. Right now it's 9:27 a.m. If you're coming in from the outside, join us on the inside.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? Can somebody say that they can hear me all right? Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. Thanks. All right. I'm always like at the mercy of turning on my computer, hoping it is working. So, and I can't tell unless we communicate a little bit. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning on a Friday, the 15th of January here. S&P is turning over a little bit. S&P this morning's pivot is going to be 37.74. Resistance at 84.90, 98, 38.05, and support below at 65. 57, 50, 42, and 32. Pivot 74, support 65, 57, 50, 42, and 32. Resistance on the upside at 84, 90, 98, and 38.05. All right, market here decided a little bit of a move overnight in response to the, I guess, the amount of stimulus that have come out. Support is at 65, 57, 50, 42, and 32. The amount of stimulus, which they've been talking to 2,000, and basically what they've done was they covered from the 600 that they gave away last month or a week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, to make it 2,000. The market did not like that. They wanted another 2,000. Also, earnings is weighing on the market as the earnings season is underway, and some earnings are not too good. We had PPI number come out, which is an inflation number, which again doesn't seem like inflation is going to be an issue here for a while, even though the bond market is a little concerned about inflation over the last month or so, as it's been as the new stimulus packages have been coming out. The bond market has been concerned about yield curve and possible inflation fears. First time we've heard that in years, but we'll see what happens. So if you look at the chat box, if everybody's coming in here, but the chat box, the levels are printed in there for you in case you didn't get them verbally or write them down. So they are in the chat box area, and if you need to communicate with me, just I have my chat box open, so I'll notice it quicker there versus if you put them in the Q&A section, which I don't have that window up right away. I'll see it, but it won't be as quick as the chat box. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. We are trading mini S&Ps here. We are trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market because we don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're trying to find those inflection points where we can take 2 to 3 points on our trades, otherwise known as we're trying to scalp the market off of technical analysis. Those levels, in addition to the price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars, gives us our setups and our opportunities to trade. And given the volatility on any given day, because volatility could always change, not only could it change on the beginning of the day, could it change intraday. For right now, it's looking like 2 to 3 point stops is doable with the likewise amount of profit targets. Profit targets could be 2 points or more, depending on how you enter your trades there and how you get in, how you manage it. Everybody's a little bit different as far as that is concerned, and risk tolerances are very important in trading. And what I do here, in addition to showing you how to, find these opportunities to trade in our education course, we also try to talk about managing some of these trades and how you can get in them and how you can get out of them. So we try to maximize your profit potential for each trade when we can get to that point. So again, we trade here every day. We're trading mini S&Ps. We are trying to find those areas where it'll give us opportunity. There was a little buying opportunity here above the 77 area. If you were a little bit aggressive there based on price action. Again, only if you're a little aggressive. Again, everybody's a little bit different. You don't have to take all these trades. You have to find the trades that you are comfortable with and have a reason to put on those trades. And as long as you understand what those reasons are, and you can understand why you're putting on the trades, then those trades are doable. All right. So let's see. We had a few numbers come out this morning already. And like I said, the PPI number, or it was CPI, no PPI, was control. It wasn't too bad as far as inflation worries are concerned. In addition, we had retail sales, which was a little bigger loss than expected, only because we've had some more shutdowns going on around the country, and so this inflation worries maybe not so much so, but still being able to turn the economy around is still a little bit of an issue. But again, and the market has kind of dispelled all those worries by being as strong as it has been, and mainly because of the stimulus situation out of Washington. And so we'll see what the day brings here. We do have a couple 9 o'clock numbers, consumer sentiments coming out, and also business inventories. Both of those numbers will be out at the top of the hour. We don't like to put on trades when there's a number or a fundamental number release, so keep that in mind. So if we're close to 9 o'clock and you have something on or about to put something on, be a little bit mindful of the time. We never know when one of these news factors is going to affect us or not. And there's always ample opportunity to trade once a number comes out, and it is out of whack to be able to trade the after effect of the number that's released. In addition, there's a couple one more Fed speak coming out at 10:30. And yesterday there was, I think Powell had this big powwow. Or was it the day before? I don't even know. The days kind of run on to each other. Yesterday was exceptionally slow. We did have to wait a little bit in the afternoon for our first level to get triggered, and then late afternoon, which again is not something that we like to trade. The late afternoon trade kind of got a little bit more aggressive, and we always warn you about trading in the late afternoon. It's not our best time to trade. The fundamentals that go into trading in the afternoon are different than the fundamentals that go into trading in the morning hours. So consequently, we like to focus more on the morning hours to give us our opportunities. And I have to be very, very careful in the afternoon because, like I said, the fundamentals are a little bit different. Banks are set to kick off earnings, fourth quarter earnings season this morning, including results from JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, Wells Fargo. It'll be the first set of earnings since the Fed gave lenders the green light to resume share buybacks, which were halted in March of 2020 and banned by central bank in June on fears of steep recession from the coronavirus pandemic. However, the top U.S. lenders ended 2020 in good shape amid strong mortgage demand, healthy trading revenues, and economy kept afloat by generous government stimulus. And the banks are expected to announce $10 billion of stock purchases in the first quarter of 2021 in a move that should please many investors of the banks, that is. All right, we're kind of back here at our pivot, kind of going nowhere fast. We saw this little move to the downside, and then it's kind of been kind of stagnant here, kind of quiet here the last few hours. So we'll see. We had 84 resistance, only got up to 78 change area. Coming back here to our pivot, kind of trying to decide, does it want to continue to the downside, or we're going to find a little base here. This is the first time we're cracking here below last Friday's range. But we have to close below it for us to think that we're going to continue to downtick here a little bit. Just right now, we're just kind of neutral, don't have anything on. Bigger picture, shareholders will be analyzing the financials behind share buybacks. In December, the Fed announced that the banks could pay up to a maximum of the average of the previous fourth quarter earnings in combined dividends and buybacks, settling a cap on how much they could shell out in the first quarter. Banks may also give broader guidance on how they expect buybacks to proceed for the rest of the year. So the banks are out to see what happens, and again, middle of earnings season. The first time I heard this morning that they are concerned about earnings season. That's why market's down a little bit. I don't think so. President-elect Joe Biden began laying out his economic agenda last night, saying he would ask Congress for $1.9 trillion in immediate relief for fighting coronavirus pandemic. The plan includes $1,400 per person direct payments to most households, a $400 a week unemployment insurance supplement through September, as well as funds for COVID testing, vaccine distribution, and state and local governments. The proposal is the first phase of two-part strategy, which with a broader program to be unveiled in subsequent weeks, focused on infrastructure and climate change. Not only is further fiscal stimulus on the table, but Fed Chair Powell doubled down on monetary side as weekly jobless benefits claims rose to the highest level since August. Now is not the time to be talking about exit for easy money policy, he said in a webcast with Princeton University, pledging to give plenty of notice before scaling back on central banks' bond buying programs. In addition to high unemployment, inflation isn't on the path to reaching 2% on a sustained basis, even though it might shoot higher this year. So that is the key word here that the Fed put out in their policy thing, was that they are worried that it has their inflation fears, which has always been a 2% number. Before they start raising or consider raising rates. In this situation, consider stopping their monetary influx of cash into the market has been a 2% number. But they added the word sustained basis in their last report, giving you an idea that it has to be basically staying above 2% for a while. For them to raise. If you did buy our pivot there against the 74 on the first rotation, also down to our blue band, get paid off here just a little bit. Again, not some of these trades that I'm talking about are not for everybody. Again, you have to. Everybody's got different risk tolerances, and it depends on how much you also. Your cost of doing business with your broker is concerned. That's another segment of what we do here. We try to minimize the number of trades so you can maximize your profit, because the last thing I want to do is give brokerage houses more money to have just don't like them anymore. I never liked them in the beginning. Well, they were nice to me at the beginning, and then they got mean, and I don't like them anymore. You know, when things got tight, they got tighter. So don't like them anymore. Anyway, I don't like to give, I mean, you know, who wants to give half your money to commissions every day? That's for sure. So we kind of, to that end, we try to keep our trades to about 4 or 5 trades in the course of a day. Obviously, some of you are going to trade a little bit more. Some are going to have more opportunities because of the different setups that occur. You know, even though it's a little bit slow, there are different little opportunities that might occur in a little tight range, and for reasons. We always have stress that you need to have reasons to trade, and that's doesn't change just because we tell you not to trade that much, but you still need to have reasons. So the sustained basis is what the Fed is looking at. That you have to be. It has to be basically. I don't know how long it has to be sustained over 2%, but maybe 2 months, 3 months. I don't know what the criteria is. That's just a new wording that they put in there last time they had their meeting. Biden's plan includes ideas the Republicans have rejected, including raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, while some legislation will need 60 votes in the Senate which would require GOP members to get on board. Joe Biden did not propose a COVID package tonight. He proposed a liberal takeover of American economy. Whoo, said Jason Smith, a Republican from Missouri, the top Republican in the House Budget Committee. Americans aren't asking for trillions of dollars in new spending. They just want government to open our economy and get their kids back to school and create jobs. Right. There's your counter argument to that. As again, if you did buy our pivot there, you're getting paid off here kind of nicely. Right. Our market continues to uptick here. It did bounce and hold our pivot there. If you're a little aggressive, maybe you bought them there a couple times there and you're getting a nice rotation back up here. First resistance on the upside we have is a 4 area. A tech and healthcare coalition that includes members like Microsoft, Oracle, Salesforce, and U.S. nonprofit the Mayo Clinic are working together to create a COVID-19 vaccination passport. Ooh. The Vaccination Credential Initiative, CVI, would allow businesses, airlines, and countries to check if people have received a coronavirus vaccine to demonstrate their health status to safely return to work, travel, school, and life while protecting their data privacy. How it would work, the VCI's vision is to empower individuals to obtain an encrypted digital copy of their immunization credentials to store on their digital wallet of your choice. Those without smartphones could receive paper printed with a QR code containing W3C verification credentials. There you go. Why don't they just put a chip in us and just say, hey, go for it? All right, we went right up there to our green band if you guys are looking. Tight little range, but we are getting a couple bounces off of these little concepts that we have to like to trade. And it's not running away from us, so if you are so inclined, or if you're trying to be patient and wait for 84, totally get it. Everybody's, everybody's different. I mean, I might say things that or trades that are out there point them out. Not that I take all of them either, but I take a lot of them. But they're there. You just have to stay focused. And if you have reasons to trade, then you can trade. But then again, just be patient is the other alternative is not the worst idea either. Some hurdles over this situation. Privacy and ethical concerns around whether a person can prove they are vaccinated should have more freedoms than somebody who is not. Another obstacle is getting health centers to participate, even if they would want to. They would need the resources to incorporate their credentials to VCI digital standard. People in the United States are currently given paper cards when they get COVID-19 vaccines, while patient information is logged into their state immunization register. This is such a pain in the ass, this damn thing. It's going to be around for a while, I think, unfortunately. Looking abroad, Israel is launching a green passport program to residents who have received a vaccine or those who have recovered from COVID with antibodies. The passport will lift some restrictions, including mandatory quarantine following exposure to an infected person and traveling abroad, and may even be used for visiting malls and attending cultural and sporting events. The country of 9 million people have been lauded for deploying what is currently the fastest vaccination COVID vaccination program in the world, with 25% of its citizens inoculated with the first dose in just 3 weeks, as well as 72% of the population over the age of 60. It's pretty good, actually. Now we'll see what happens. All right, we do have a number coming out here in 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Business inventories and consumer sentiment. So if you are going to be trading, be a little bit careful around that time. All right, very, very quiet day so far. Thought maybe something was going to happen, but nope, not happening. again, it just goes with the whole week. It's been a very slow week. It's been a very contained week. I mean, it doesn't hasn't really expanded in any one way or the other. The ranges have been really tight. Kind of fits with the whole week, I guess. Again, nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Like I said, you gotta just be patient and wait. You are going to get some breakouts at some point. You're going to get some movement. There's going to be some maybe market's just kind of biding its time here for a little bit, for a little while. We'll see. Trying to see what's going to happen next. But we get opportunities, flashes of opportunities, and that's what we have to wait for. All right, seems like we're just gonna come back down here to our pivot, kind of hang loose for a bit. I would not buy the pivot this time. Pretty much has to hold here above the 75. Get below 74, you want to be out of any longs this time around if you're gonna do anything. But as you can see, we're just dripping back down into the range. Bonds waking up here a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, definitely got their own thing going. We said we didn't want to buy the pivot this time around, so hopefully you did not. All right, we're just kind of back here at our pivot, kind of going nowhere fast. If somebody can repeat the levels, if you look at the chat box area here, we're going to have the levels kind of brought up for us. Those are the levels that we gave out this morning. We do have a number that's going to be coming out here in about a minute or so. So keep that in mind. We don't like to trade numbers or don't have anything on. We have a couple of them that are coming out. One of them could be a little bit of a market mover. So we'll see. But we don't like to trade numbers when they're released, so we stay on the sidelines and watch. I guess. There's the number that's out. As you can tell, we're kind of a little bit of movement there. The bids and offers have also been kind of, less than 100 up and down the ladder ticket. You always know when there's something up, when there's less bids and offers in the ladder ticket, and you get this extra little volatility here. And there's no reason to have any kind of position on it. If the number is really out of whack, we'll be able to trade the aftershock. And if it's not, it's fine. Nothing's going to happen, right? So why are we going to trade a number and have a position on, and you don't know you don't know what trade is going to go, and then get yourself in trouble for no reason. It's just the risk reward isn't there, is all I'm trying to say, to have any kind of position on when numbers are released. And trust me, I know. Like I say, every time I give you some advice, it's probably because I've done it already, and it didn't work out too well. So I'm trying to save you some aggravation. That's all. As they say, been there, done that. So let's not go there. So that's all I'm trying to do here. But hey, not everybody. Some people like to trade those numbers. So what can I tell you? Some people that like the rush. Different strokes with different folks. Yes, that's true. All right. So we kind of had a fake rally up to the upside, and then this quick sell-off here. And again, that's what happens when you have these like numbers come out. You have no idea what they're going to do. All right. Quickly rotating down here, trying to see what it wants to do around the 65 area. Quick rotation here off of that first rotation up, then flushing back down here really quick. Again, if it's a little bit too quick, but it is what it is. And if the volatility is got too fast for you, just be patient and wait. If you don't like the action here, because something is up all of a sudden, right? It definitely something is up. Like I said, there's always going to be some opportunity to trade once the number comes out. You don't really have to trade it when it's there. And I don't know what is going on, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, you got stopped out here. If you took it, then you got stopped out. Now we're looking at 57 here. And next downside support. Again, if the volatility's got too quick, too fast, you can always kind of wait for it to slow down a little bit, because we haven't had this kind of movement in or the volatility in such a long time, and it just happened. This one almost gave you a chance to say, all right, I don't like what's going on here. I can maybe lighten the load here a little bit when it got down to the 65 there, only because of the way it was just all of a sudden the floodgates opened up. Of course, it doesn't get down to 57. It goes to 58.75 and then bounces. That's annoying. So be a little bit careful there around the 57 now, maybe the lower end of the range there. All right, going down here to the 57 area. Again, if the volatility is too great and too fast, it's giving you a chance to lessen the load by how many contracts you're trading. If it's too much for you, just wait. Be patient. I mean, it's the first time it's actually giving you a chance here it's just happening, but it's not happening like crazy. It's just all of a sudden happening. Again, we don't know what news is out, right? We will find out, but again, we're right here at the 57, giving you a chance here to decide if you want to lighten the load a little bit, take a little bit of a profit, or get out of it completely. All of a sudden, the volatility is like increased. Whew. been dead in the water for such a long time, right? Again, giving you an opportunity to adjust your number of contracts, to do what you have to do. All right, continue the downtick down to 50 next level of the downside. I have no idea what's up, but there's something going on. And like I said, it's giving you that chance here to lighten the load here a little bit because this is we had 69 down to 52, 17.5 minute bar. I haven't seen that in, well, at least the whole week for sure. It's been a long time since we've seen that. Sure, can we levels, can we put them up there again for us if that's possible? Our pivot this morning is 37.74. Support at 65, 57, 50, 42, and 32. Resistance on the upside at 84, 90, 98, 38.05. All right, we got a nice little double top bottom there, and market popped off of that double bottom very nicely. We had 50, of course, it goes down to 52, so be a little bit careful there around the 50. And a nice quick rotation here. If you were able to, well, you probably have to get out of some of these things, but maybe if you have some left over, hey, just completely whitewashed it. But it did give you a chance up at 65. It just kind of ran there a little bit too fast. Hopefully you were maybe able to adjust there a little bit. The volatility here coming out of the blue, nowhere to be, nobody, but it did kind of give you a little bit of a hint there because it was just very fast. They've done the same thing there at 57, especially when we missed it at 58. You can definitely could have adjusted there as well. Sometimes you have to just take what the market's telling you and just make adjustments to the levels, how you get into them, how many contracts you're going to trade. There's different ways of adjusting your risk. And like I said, it just definitely came out of the blue there. So let's see what happens. Resistance right now would be all the way back around the 68 area. All right. Just kind of floated back up there. 68, some good resistance, at least for the time being. We get below. Now, be careful there around the 50. Probably not um, doable as well. Well, we would have liked it the last rotation down, but unfortunately didn't get there. No, no, nobody. No, here's what I think happened after this number. I think the market was just after the fact here. The market was opened up lower, and I think they just waited for the number to come out, and then they continued to push lower. I thought they were going to push lower right off the morning, but they just waited for the number to come out. The number wasn't too bullish, and then they just said, "All right, let's go ahead and sell it off." No, there's no way to know. You can know what a number is gonna. You can know a number beforehand, and the market will still react differently than you thought. Knowing or acknowledging or understanding how the market reacts to numbers, don't even try to figure it out. So it's not even one of those things where there's no one that you could, you could. I'm sure this initially that number was bullish, right? Then they'll come out and say, "Oh, the adjustment was bad from the month before," or some BS like that. They just waited for the number to come out before they actually hit the market. So again, be a little bit careful there on the 50. Only if you're aggressive, or if you're going to take it, just lower your risk. All right, we're going to come down here again now and retest these lows, and we have, like I said, we have 50. Got down to 51 and a quarter there. The volatility all of a sudden spiked right now. Who knows? I mean, I have no idea. I'm trying to find something that tells me what happened there, or somebody said something maybe. Who knows? Or sometimes they just wait for a number to be released, and then they'll do what they should have done from the morning. So again, be a little bit careful around the 50 here now as we continue to downtick. Just lighten the load a little bit if you're going to take it at all. If not, just wait for the 42 area. You got to take what the market's giving you, and sometimes it tells you, oh, let's do it a little bit differently. I used to think Don said something. All right, if you did get in at the lower end of the entry point there, you did okay. Quick rotation back up. Again, if you are going to take it, you got to definitely adjust your entry points, that's for sure. And take what the market's giving you, because it's going quick. Next level on the downside we have is the 42 area. Which Don, by the way? I only know one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. The same one I know. He wants to, yeah, he's looking at 36. That's right. That's what he told me this morning. All right, we continue the down tick here. Not surprising. 42 is the next support level that we have. Then we have 32 underneath it. Let me give you a couple more here just in case we decide to really fall out of bed. 42, then 32. Then we have 23, 12, 04, and then 36.95. So below 32, we've got 23, 12, 04, and 36.95. Let's tighten this up a little. There we go. Bonds, though, kind of not really reacting too much to this. There, yeah, there. If you look at the chat box area, there's the new levels typed in there for us. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. All right, market continues to down tick, support here at the 42 area. Again, you might have to just increase your stops here just a little bit because all of a sudden we got so busy. And of course, if you're going to do that, you have to increase your scaling numbers. Maybe you did that. Maybe you did bounce here at the 43 as part of your scale. Again, you got to adjust to market conditions. Who knew 20 minutes ago I'd be saying that? I was trying to stay awake 20 minutes ago. So it's a little 700 lot order there at the quarter, 1244 and a quarter, just waiting to be taken out. Just somebody's itching. Come on, come and get me. Yep, they got him. Now let's see who's going to be right. I think he might be right. I don't know. Who knows? So they took him out. There's always a saying. There was a saying in the pit that the market goes to the orders. So they saw that order in there, and they're like, they wanted it. They took it out. All right, coming down here again. If you didn't get it initially, maybe enter a little bit lower down to the 41 area, just because of the way it's trading. You have to keep making adjustments if you missed it on the top end, and then you have to make adjustments on the lower end, and you are getting paid off here a little bit. So it's a nice quick rotation. I don't know what's going on, but at least we're getting some nice bounces here if you made a couple adjustments. Even if you took the 42 straight up, we're getting a nice rotation here either way. Man, it goes quick. You better take your prop. You better have your orders in there, I'll tell you that much. You think you can try to beat that computer by trying to get out after it, you miss it, you miss it. So at least for a time being, the whole morning we were like so quiet you could do whatever you wanted, but not now. All right, so 42 got worked out okay. Next level downside is down to 32. I don't know what is going on, but it's goofy. Welcome to trading, right? Okay, so again, we did have a nice bounce there off of the 42. A little bit of an adjustment there at 50. Hopefully you did all right there. Next level on the downside we have is 32. All right, so we double bottom right there. And a nice rotation off of that double bottom. All right, so nice pop there off of that 42. If you happen to stay long or scale out of them, maybe you're able to scale out of some and then just kind of sit with the rest, and then nice little pop back up here. Given it again, you have to kind of maybe extend your stops a little bit given what's going on, and also uh, how you exit is another a way of trying to maximize or get some of your money back, depending on how you look at it at this point. Well, hopefully now you should be a little bit, you should be making a little bit of money. But that was an interesting little move there all of a sudden. Like I said, I wish you somebody could let us know that this was going to happen. That would be really, really great next time. And I always keep saying, if you only had tomorrow's paper today, one time, just once, I would share all that information that I get with you. All right, so we come back up here to the 50 area there, and then come back down here a little bit. So next level on the downside we have is down at 32. And we gave you levels below that. If you can look at the chat box area, we have 32 and then 23, 1204, and all the way down to 3695. All right, continues to get added volatility out of nowhere, and Man, I can't. Still, I'm trying to find a reason why. But it's okay. Again, we just got to stay focused and trade the market. Don't get too flustered or anxious. Just kind of just and trade away here. All right. So again, I think what happened with this number is that they kind of waited for the number to come out, and then they decided to actually start trading. I think I was surprised that we didn't get a follow through, considering where we opened up this morning to the downside, and they just kind of hung there for a bit, and then all of a sudden they just waited for the number to come out, and then they decided to, all right, let's get going here. You know, and then all of a sudden the algos came in, and you could actually see this time that the increase in the selling orders just came flying in. I mean, this was a little bit more obvious than most, and I usually don't tell you, you know, let's not trade so early. But it was like one of those things where I was like, whoa, let's cancel it if you see it's a little bit too quick, and it was like it came upon you really fast. It wasn't like a normal break, is what I'm trying to say. And it just seems like it just was just they were definitely adding momentum to the fray as quickly as they could. So yes, if when the markets are going down, I have my orders are in there, and they get triggered, and I do get stopped. Correct. But then I also, when I saw the quickness, I canceled some of my orders and left the orders. I definitely canceled some of them, as I said to everybody. Like, you can see if you want to cancel them here because it's going a little bit too quick. So I did cancel some of them because I saw how fast it was moving, and also the way the market price action was at the moment. I kept missing my entry points by just a little bit, like I don't know, the 50 was missed by, it got down to 52-ish, and so the 58 also went down to 58 instead of 57. So I was able to adjust there a little bit, um, and so maybe you were able to do that too. And adjusting means a couple of things. You can lower your number of contracts as you're trading. You can cancel them altogether. You can enter your entry points a little bit better than the level, because remember, we do have secondary levels, like I keep talking about. So there's different ways of adjusting. So an algorithm is an algorithm. Algo is short for algorithm. It's basically computerized trading. And they see the volatility coming into the market. They have a sense of some kind of indicator that the computers, they put together a program that understands the added volatility, and all of a sudden the markets they all kind of start doing the same thing at the same time. And you can see by the movement that it's almost very difficult for us as an individual trader to trade it so fast, because it moves so quickly. You could, like, we were at 52 and then back at 49 in like a half a second. So like I said, you need to have some of your orders and your profit targets in there so that you can take advantage of The little quick pop that came up there. No, I've never heard of SPAC or SPAC attack. SPAC. No, I have not heard of. I have no idea what that means. Is it related to futures trading? I have no idea. If anybody knows what SPAC, SPAC stands for, or SPAC attack, it's a new term that I haven't heard. I don't even. But yeah, I don't know. Never heard of it. Is that like a new candy bar or something? I don't know. High resistance would be around the 68 area still right now. If you did manage to kind of stay long against the lower end there at the 42 area, they definitely were able, or definitely getting paid off here. It was tough to stay long there, though. That's for sure. It was definitely tough. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody said anything to me when I asked, so I don't know. I can't. Maybe I'll look into it, especially with a SPAC. It's probably some abbreviation for something, but I don't know what. Oh, so business-wise, SPAC stands for a Special Purpose Acquisition Company. It's a company with no commercial operations that is formed strictly to raise capital through an initial public offering for the purpose of acquiring a existing company, otherwise known as a blank check company. SPACs have been around for decades. There you go. Special, so it is an IPO to raise money for acquisitions of existing companies. So basically, it's just slush fund to buy companies. All right. I guess they were just kidding. Coming all the way back up here now. All right. Market coming back up here now. No. Well, obviously, Adam, you can't hear me because I have been talking. Somebody just asked me a question. I has joined the room several times, but never get audio. Someone speaking, or is this a room for the mute? That's a good one. Yeah, Adam, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I don't know. We're talking. Uh, let's see. We are talking. You must be, but I won't say that to him since he can't hear me. Well, it's just, the idea here is that you get, it's like a rubber band effect. If you stretch a rubber band, it's going to bounce back a little, right? So the volatility got pumped into the market very nicely. And you're getting a little bit of an overkill, so to speak. And then you get a follow through on the down on the rotation back up. Now we have to get above certain levels for it to confirm that they were just joking. Right now it has to get above a 63 area, and then maybe we get up to the 68, 69 area. But you can see a nice little double top there. Don, you're starting to sound like Mark. Enjoy the sunshine and have a good weekend. Well, you do that, except I don't have any sunshine over here. But thanks a lot. You and Mark are on the same kind of page here. You guys are just like to tease me about how nice the weather is in Texas and in California. All right, there, Adam. I'm glad that you can hear us. We are trading mini S&Ps here. And we gave away our levels a little bit earlier this morning. If somebody can repeat them in the chat box area there. There they are. These are the levels that we gave out, support only. What happened to resistance? But it's okay. We gave out resistance levels also. But I guess he's not worried about that right now. So yeah, so those are levels we gave out this morning. And all of a sudden over the last, after 9 o'clock, we had a couple something happened to the market, and all of a sudden it's running all over the place to the downside. To go down to our 42 area there, where it bounced very nicely here and kind of made up for some of our other levels that it kind of ran through us earlier. Yeah, well, I have not seen the sun here in a while either. They were making a big deal that the sun was up or was settling the other day, and some people could see it. I'm like, okay, I didn't see it. That's how that's how depraved we were of the sun, because some people saw the sun set. All right, there are the levels all in all. Thanks. So in the chat box area are the levels that we gave out this morning. And again, there's some added volatility here. And we went right down to our 42. And again, if you been trading, we adjusted above a little bit. There's obviously reasons to adjust it because of the added volatility that came into the market really quickly. All right, we did go right up to that 61 area there. You can see how it got a little double top there. So anything above 62 could push us back up to 68, 69 area, which we got a little bit of resistance. So if you're going to be short anything above 62, you want to be out of any shorts. Uh, what market are you talking about? So I think I don't know. I think if we we close below Friday's range, last Friday's range, then I think it could continue to go down a little bit. But I mean, that's a longer term outlook, but I don't trade longer term, so it was just. And then the bond market was kind of telling us something with the way it was doing things, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, the stimulus thing is out. I think the next thing you have to worry about is uh, getting the virus under control and getting the vaccine out, because the numbers are still staggering, very high. It's not getting any better. I would think, but again, I think they all got a little too excited there. Once we got below last Friday's low, they kind of hit the stops and made that push all the way down to the 42 area. And now they're just kind of saying maybe we overdid it a little. I don't know. Get above 62, like I said, might push up to that 68 area. But anything above 62, you're out of any shorts. So I can't give you I could go really. I can't give you like a good answer. It is earnings season, so that's another factor that's into the market right now. But again, all I want is volatility and movement, and then I'm okay. Where it happens or what it does, it doesn't matter. It never takes on earnings season. I don't know. Yeah, crashed. No, I mean it's not going to crash. Usually most of the time, most earnings are most companies beat their earnings because they put out some low expectations, and so yeah, you're right. They don't usually crash during earnings season, but there's more here going on than earnings. I mean, there's a lot more going on here than earnings. So earnings is not really the issue. I mean, good earnings is okay, especially these days, because of because of the last, what's going to be going on with COVID and everything. But all those earnings are lower numbers anyway. All right, market kind of, again, you can see that little double, never got above 62 area, and then coming back down here. Again, if you were looking to get short, you had an exit strategy. And if you did, never got stopped, and nice rotation off of that. Again, either it's one of those things where you are, if you find the area where you don't want to be long anymore, like in this case above 62, then you can find your entry point first for your short. And that way you can maximize your profit. Oh, don't forget to add sunny to that, because I haven't seen the sun here in a while. So make sure you send, not only tell me it's 85 all day today, but tell me it's sunny too, so you can really double whammy me. But thanks for letting me know you're out in California. You're gonna have 85 and sunny all day today. All right, send me some pictures. Why don't? Yeah, send me some pictures. Don't forget to do that either. Send me a picture of the sun, so I forgot how it looks like. While you're at it, I mean, why stop now? But I appreciate you guys helping me out here. Do. Thanks. I'm glad you guys are leaving, because you all made money. That's good. Very happy for you guys. Makes me happy, actually. Not the sunny part. The fact that you're leaving and you made money. Where did we get short? We actually, well, there were a couple of places where you could have gotten short. I don't know if some of us did or didn't. Not everybody. I don't profess to say that I told everybody to get short. I didn't tell everybody to get long either. I just tell people to trade the market, first of all. Secondly, there were a couple opportunities there below the 50 to gotten short. Above, it was kind of hard to find an entry point because the market kind of really took off really fast. Only way you could have gotten short there, but it was right on a number also at 9 o'clock, so it was tough to trade above, try to get short. We had a couple buying opportunities there that we were able to scalp. That's against, well, we kind of ran through our 65 area really quick, but then we got to 58. It dipped down to 58, and I said, I don't think we want to buy this 57, so we canceled those. Got down to 52 there, and then that was an area where we could have gotten short below if you were a little aggressive the way the market set itself up. And then we definitely bought the 42 area there, and maybe some of you were able to stay long coming back up here a little. So we did buy the 42 areas. That was one of our levels that we gave out, and I think some of our guys kind of stayed long on this rotation back up here. Can't always say that you wanted to get short and stay short, because nobody's shorted the break. I don't know. I can't tell you if they did or didn't. That I don't know. I can only put ideas out there, and it all depends on the individual traders if they did get short or not. All right. That's good for you. It's fantastic. I'm glad you got short then. Yes, options expiration is today. Yeah, it's Martin Luther King Day. I'm trying to find. I haven't on Monday. Let's see if. So the stock market's going to be closed on Monday. How do you like that? So we obviously are not going to be here on Monday. As the market, it will be closed on Monday for Martin Luther King. All right, market again. If we were trying to get short there against the 60 area, anything above 62 out of any short, you could have done that and take advantage of this rotation down here a little. Again, if you have a trailing stop, you could do that too if you're still trying to stay short and see if it'll go retest the lows there. But definitely should retest the 52, 53 area right here. And then see if it wants to go through. If it does go through, we could have a chance to rotate back down to the lows. If you're trying to stay short, just have a trailing stop here and see if we can't get this thing to rotate a little bit lower. But if you are short, this is where you want to take some profits right in here. Obviously, if you're trading one lots, you're probably going to get out. If you're trading multiple contracts, you're just taking some profits here and looking for the next opportunity below. Market again, trying to downtick here a little bit. Again, we're trying to keep you a little short here off of that little bounce back up to that 60 area. Again, if you have, if you're trading more than one contract and you are able to stay short down to that 52-3 area, it's fine. If not, and if you have more than that, then trying to see, you have a trailing stop right now. Anything above 55, you want to be out of any shorts. And different people trade differently, multiple contracts or not. I'm trying to just give different ideas for people who have trades on, who don't have trades on, where you're looking to get in, so on and so forth. Because not everybody's trades the same way. Not everybody trades the same amount, takes the same amount of risk. Everybody's a little bit different, and you have to find the proper amount of risk tolerance for each individual so they can maximize profits for yourself. All right. Again, market is kind of just floating back up here again. If you took some profits along the way, that's great. If you didn't, if you're getting stopped out, that's fine too. We were just trying to keep you short there as long as we stayed below the 62 area. And the market has done that. And hopefully you were able to take some profits or get short and take advantage of that little rotation after that push back up here off of our sub 42 area, which we got long down there, and then had a nice little run back up here. So hopefully one of these two trades, whether you were short or got long down there, where you were able to capitalize on some of these trades. It was a little rough in the middle there as the market kind of broke down out of nowhere, kind of very surprising because it was very quiet. Didn't really expect much to happen, but this is what happens in trading. You just never know when something is going to open up, and you'll be able to get an opportunity to trade. That's just, but you have to stay on your toes and be ready to take advantage of it when it does happen. It should be out of any shorts, only because of the way the market kind of probably got stopped out off of that little this pop back up here, which is fine. But at least we had a nice little push to the downside off of that area. Again, still, if we get above 62, 63, we might get up to that 68, 69 area. We get below 40 there, it could open up the floodgates down to the 32 area, which is our next target down below. Right now, we might be, at least for like a little bit here, maybe a little bit range bound, who knows? But at least we have our parameters. This is right in the middle right now, which could go either way around here. So above 62, 63, look for a push up to that 68, 69 area. Below the 40, look for a push. Maybe down to the 32, which is our next support level. All right, so right now we're kind of flat again. You have to take a little bit of time here to kind of let the market absorb what's going on, and then give us a selling opportunity. Hopefully you bought them down there at the 42 and had a nice little push back up, and then got short there against the 62 area, and hopefully you were able to take advantage of that a little move as well. So even though maybe we got a little bit of trouble with those earlier levels that we had, hopefully you were able to definitely make that up, plus a little bit more than that. And we're trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows in the market, trying to use price action to help us. We never know when volatility comes back in the market like it did after 9 o'clock today, but it's kind of nice. And again, we have to stick with it, have to work it a little bit, but hopefully you're able to take advantage of these opportunities once they presented themselves. And remember, we're not going to be trading on Monday because the market's going to be closed. Nobody's going to be trading on Monday in observance of Martin Luther King Day. Europe is probably open. Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to be celebrating MLK Day. All right, the market again. We're out of any shorts, like we talked about, and now they've quickly come up here. Again, anything above 62, you definitely don't want to be short, and maybe it'll run up if you want trying to get short around here. Then you can. At least you have your exit strategy, and again, if everybody has their choice as to which direction they want to trade, or which way they want to get involved in. Yeah, everybody's a little bit different. Right now, I would probably look for the push above, especially if we hold here above the 60 area, to get a push all the way back up to that 68, 69 area. So we were trying to keep you short a little while ago, and now as long as we stay above 60, we're trying to keep you a little bit long here, looking for a push up to the 68, 69 area. All right, take a little bit of a break, come back in a bit. All right, as you can tell here, we were trying to keep you along there above the 60 area. We were targeting the 68, 69 area and then got up there. And then we came right up to our pivot there against the 74 and rotated off of that. So hopefully you're able to get or stay long there. It didn't take any heat on that. And the push up to that 68, 69 happened right after that. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of that little trade that we had. And if you did sell our pivot area there against the 74 area, you get a nice rotation off at that level as well. So the market is definitely giving us opportunity here today. And so that is a good thing. And right now it's kind of just, they definitely took some of the air out of the market as it's very, very quiet. Not much going on right now. So we'll see what happens the rest of the day. But hopefully we were able to take advantage of some of the opportunities that the market gave us. And we'll get back here. Let's see. That could be there, Robert. I wouldn't really doubt it, considering the atmosphere that we're in. I don't know. Who knows? There are going to be some corrections along the way.